business, and as they're working on themselves, and as they're creating this unbelievable environment for their kids to grow up. At the same time that you see that, there are a lot of people here, right now, in this room, that are living their nightmares. There's also a lot of people in this room that will not make it. Okay, either a bad decision you've made, either something that you've done. We're in a very regulated industry, and our company is growing at such a fast pace. You've ever heard the saying, everybody gets a second chance? Yes. Here's what I want you to think about. You might not get a second chance, because we've got that much momentum. So part of that, I say that to you because Paul alluded to it. Anytime things are going great, you better get a little scared. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that, there's a possibility that you can be left behind. You can be left behind if this specific time you're not focused. And we're going to talk about exactly what needs to happen in that. Because part of the dream is, you know, you need to know what you want, right? Whatever it is. I want a bigger house. I want to have peace. I want to have some savings. I want to be out of debt. I want my wife not to have to be able to work. I want to live where I want to live. I want to drive the car. Those are great things, right? That's the dream, right? I want to have a peace of mind, right? I was doing an appointment with Paul the other day, with Paul and who was it? It was Paul and Mike. I was doing an appointment with Paul and Mike the other day. And we're sitting there, we're getting to know this guy, and the guy says, man, I got a million things going, man. I'm so busy. I got this going, and this going, this going, this. And I was sitting there, and I said, wow, I don't have nothing going on. I'm straight up chilling, right? And I think about that is that I like the fact that I can do whatever I want to do.
Amen.
I don't have to chase anybody. I don't have to recruit you if you don't want to be recruited. Right? I don't have to sell you if you don't want to be sold. Right? I like that peace of mind. I like the fact that I don't have to run 15, 20, 30 appointments a week if I don't want to. Right? I can do whatever I want. Last year, my wife and I, we decided, you know what? We're going to do some traveling this year. So we went on 11 trips. We didn't ask anybody's permission. We didn't ask any of that. Right? And our business still ran. So there's those type of dreams. But also, as equally as important, some of us are in a position where that might not be attainable for you right now. So you might be motivated more towards these are the things that I don't want in my life anymore. So there was a time in my life, school, where every time something happens, right? Every time something happened, like I go out, my car don't start. And I remember thinking about that, and I would get so mad at it, and I would go, you know what? This is why I need to get my business going, because I'm sick of this crap. Mm-hmm. You guys follow me? Yeah. Some of you might be in that stage of your life, right? So I would constantly find things to piss me off. So I remember when I first started learning about this, right? And it was like, you ever seen one of my buddies at my job, at the time when I had a job, he says, man, you're like the mad rapper. You ever seen a mad rapper? He's always mad about something, right? So I would get, my alarm clock would ring in the morning, and it would, and I never had a problem with my alarm clock. So all of a sudden, my alarm clock would ring, I was like, man, I gotta wake up to an alarm clock, right? And I would be pissed that I gotta wake up to an alarm clock, because I knew there was other people that didn't have alarm clocks. Then I would get in my car. Then I'd be pissed because I would be pissed because of that. Then I would get in traffic, and everybody was in traffic, right? I was like, I can't believe I'm sitting here in traffic. The entrepreneurs are on the other side. Here I am with everybody else stuck in traffic. Then I would get my paycheck.